Friends, I have a huge update for Social Security beneficiaries. There is new information that the Social Security Administration has just released in regards to monthly benefit checks. Many seniors and retirees can finally expect to receive boosted monthly checks. Lawmakers have pushed for an increase of over $200 a month. Friends, do make sure you watch until the end of this video, especially if you receive Social Security benefits. I will be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please, friends, do make sure you enter these giveaways. All you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be giving away surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months. According to a new announcement by federal officials, veterans and retirees will see an 8.7% cost of living increase in their Social Security benefits starting this December. It is the largest increase in 42 years. The big boost reflects the rising cost of inflation throughout the last year. In a statement, the Social Security Administration Commissioner said that the move will give beneficiaries more peace of mind and breathing room. The move will directly affect about 65 million Americans who are receiving Social Security benefits. Administration officials said that the average beneficiary will see an increase of about $140 in their monthly payouts. The announcement also impacts veterans and military retirees, whose benefits increases are tied to the Social Security figure. Last month, Congress approved legislation linking veterans' payouts to the Social Security mark. It is an annual requirement for lawmakers. So although the increase is for 2023, some veterans and retirees will see their first increase in their December checks. The 2022 cost of living adjustment was 5.9%. The 8.7% figure is the highest announced since 1981, when the COLA adjustment was more than 11%. For a veteran receiving about $1,500 in monthly payouts, the 8.7% increase will mean about $130 extra each month. Whether that will be adequate to counter high grocery and fuel costs is still unclear. Advocacy groups in recent months have pushed for more assistance for veterans and retirees who are dependent on the payouts as inflation costs have risen. Friends, the key word for this video is Space Needle Seattle. If you would like to enter the next Walmart gift card giveaway, please do make sure that you click and like several of my videos. Then comment below this keyword, which is Space Needle Seattle, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you're also subscribed to my channel. Federal officials announced this week that the Consumer Price Index, a formula which measures the average change in the price of consumer goods, was at 8.2% in September. That is higher than many outside analysts had expected. That could be a sign of continued high costs for consumers for months to come. About 5 million U.S. veterans and 2 million military retirees receive benefit checks each month. The COLA increase legislation would apply to payouts for disability compensation, clothing allowance, dependency, and indemnity benefits, as well as other VA assistance programs. In a statement, Democratic Representative Elaine Luria and the sponsor of House legislation linking veteran benefits to the Social Security boost both called the announcement critical financial help to our veterans and their families during these challenging times. Social Security recipients, most of whom are over age 65, have seen their payments increase almost every year for more than 4 decades, just to keep up with the cost of inflation. Social Security was established in the 1930s, but Congress first increased Social Security payments in 1950 and continued to do so every few years for more than 2 decades. In 1972, President Richard Nixon signed a rule into law that the yearly increase should be tied to consumer prices. And since then, the Bureau of Labor Statistics compares the average consumer price index for workers for July, August, and September of the current year to the average number for the previous year. Over 1.7 million eligible Indiana residents are expected to receive up to $325 through taxpayer refund checks in the upcoming weeks, with all deliveries expected by November 1st. For residents who filed their taxes in 2020, you are eligible for a $125 taxpayer refund, which will also automatically qualify them for an additional $200 refund, and this is according to the state of Indiana. The payments are expected to come either as two separate checks, one check combined with a direct deposit payment, or as one check equaling $325. Joint filers can receive up to $650. The payments are expected to come either as two separate checks, one check combined with a direct deposit payment, or as one check equaling $325. Joint filers can receive up to $650. Emily Bozen, a spokeswoman for the Indiana State Auditor's Office, told reporters today, people that were not eligible for the $125, if they were able to receive Social Security benefits this last year, they will be eligible for the $200. How they receive that $200 will depend on how they are set up with the Department of Revenue. The state also began sending out its checks in August, but due to a paper shortage in the state, officials warned it could take several weeks before they arrive. Well, my great and gorgeous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you, my friends, for joining me here every day when I post a video. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Please remember to enter the keywords in the comment section below if you would like to enter the giveaways. And do make sure, friends, that you're also subscribed to my channel.
And congressional Democrats are to the damage inflation is doing to families across the country. We were all hoping President Biden's crushing inflation might show signs of easing and give folks a chance to catch their breath after months and months of watching their paychecks shrink. That is not what happened at all. Inflation is up 8.3% from a year ago, a disastrous number. We are feeling the inflation in every aspect of our lives, from paying utility bills to gassing up cars to rent and insurance, and especially to the basics like food. Grocery prices are up 13.5% from this time last year, which is a crushing blow to most Americans who visit their local store once a week, like I do. Milk is up 17%, bread and chicken are up 16%, eggs are up an outrageous 40%, and the list goes on and on. I do my own shopping for my family, and I see this weekly, and it is incredible. This is a reality, but President Biden appears to be living in a very, very different reality. When the latest bad inflation numbers were released last week, President and Washington Democrats threw a party on the White House lawn. That's right, a party, a lawn party. The President and Democrats celebrated as the rest of us watched the Dow plummet and receive an inflation report confirming that this is the worst year for food and electricity inflation since the fallout from President Jimmy Carter. What exactly did they celebrate? Their latest reckless big government and spending bill. Mr. President, I don't have to remind you that just over a year ago, the Democrats rammed through their $2 trillion spending spree, despite economists warning that it would be a catalyst for rampant inflation. Economists warned us then, and they are warning us now about the misnamed Inflation Reduction Act, namely that it won't do anything to ease inflation, but it will certainly add to the deficit. Apparently, hosting a big party is preferable than heeding these nonpartisan warnings and getting to work to get our nation back on the right track. When the Inflation Act was on the floor, Republicans tried countless times to adopt solutions to tackle inflation, crime, and secure our border. But our efforts were consistently shut down because not one Senate Democrat could spare a penny from the Green New Deal. No, they have their own priorities, and they are awfully out of touch with the priorities of American families. On Sunday, we were given more evidence that the president is